Well, it's that time of year when the budget begins to come out for the forward-looking year and a recap of this year. And so let's do a little bit of history work to remember where we come from so that we understand the impact of where we are right now. In 2022, the Government Office of Accountability and Budget Committee estimated that the deficit for the fiscal year or the calendar year, it's the same for the federal government, for 2022 was going to be a deficit of $1.375 trillion, which is extremely hard to fathom. But that included the nearly $400 billion that President Biden had baked in for student loan forgiveness. Well, we know that that got shot down by the Supreme Court in 2023. So the real deficit for 2022 was about $996 billion. And by no accounting system is that good, but it isn't terrible as a percentage of our income as a country or our GDP. Let's fast forward to where we are right now. With unemployment this year sitting at a 50-year low, meaning more people are working, spending, and consuming and needing less from the government than any time in 50 years. That's one way to understand the unemployment. Our estimated deficit this year is $1.75 trillion. To put that in perspective, that is almost a double increase from just last year. Not only is that fiscally insane, it is irresponsible. And at the current interest rate environment, that kind of deficit year after year is unsustainable. If you'll remember, several years ago, we were lobbying that the federal government, when rates were at 2 and 3%, should refinance all of their debt from 2, 5, 10, 20, and 30-year Treasury notes to 50 and 100-year Treasury notes at the lower interest rates. Of course, that did not happen, and here we are with rates as high as they've been in 25 years. So, why that's incredibly important is not only can the spending like this at these debt service or interest rates not continue, this is one of the material reasons that we have not seen a recession come to fruition. We've just spent as a country. We've continued to infuse money and capital via printing and distributing it. And so the reason the party hasn't stopped is because the government spending has almost doubled from where we were at the end of 2022. And now while that cannot and will not continue, at least at this pace, in the short term, it can be a very, very impactful reason why we've seen what many people will appear to be growth. But when you look below the data, we do not see growth. We see a year-over-year cut in earnings. We see companies laying off. We see credit card spending starting to escalate, consumer spending starting to fall. So we are not out of the woods at all. But the crazy drunken sailor spending of the federal government is one material reason why we haven't seen a recession come to fruition as of yet in 2023. So while we are where we are for the budget year this year, next year as an election year, this will certainly get airtime, and we look forward to talking about it more. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.